The joy of playing with cars all the time as a kid. A cool thing you could do was making your car soar through the air, or BAM! Destroy a bunch of cars in your way. Well, that's exactly what we'll be doing today.
Welcome to Destruction Derby!
Destruction Derby is a game based on the sport called a Demolition Derby, but also adds racing into the mix, which gives us a fantastic combination. The game was released on different dates for different platforms. There were MS-DOS, PlayStation, and Sega Saturn, which all had a similar version overall. However, the Nintendo 64 also got this game a couple of years later and ended up having new graphics, new game modes, more maps, more vehicles, and improved gameplay. In this video, we'll be focusing on the much more colorful and smoother Nintendo 64 version. But who knows, I might review the old version in another video. Let's dive right into the main attraction of this game, Single Player Championship Mode. This mode consists on racetracks followed by deathmatch arenas. For every race, players must go through checkpoints in order to keep their timer above 0 and keep going for as long as they can. Small groups of cars are placed in different points of the map, and some even come on the opposite direction. Nevertheless, whoever can damage and destroy the other cars and manage to get laps around the map will win. After a couple of races, players will be placed in a deathmatch arena where their sole purpose is to demolish other vehicles and survive. For each hit they do, they get points, and the more points they get, the better rank they'll get. After all that chaos, the player will have a couple of races again to finish the championship. As the difficulty of the championship increases, drivers will find themselves playing a mirrored mode of previous tracks and proceed to new maps and arenas. The championship mode gives a chance to unlock new maps and vehicles. The game also features an arcade mode, where players can revisit a single track or an arena of their choice. Another single-player game mode is the time trial, which, in my opinion, is not as intense because there is no crashing and no use of checkpoints. It only involves racing 3 times across the track, making it like other racing games. If you get a new record, you can save your name in the leaderboard. Getting record times is useful to unlock new vehicles as well. Multiplayer is where I spent hours upon hours in this game. As this game required a memory pack, there was no way for me to save my progress in the single player modes. Besides, I would much rather play multiplayer with my brothers and with my friends. Destruction Derby offers 4 game modes for multiplayer. First off, we have Deathmatch. This pretty much involves damaging others in the arena of our choice with a vehicle of our choice and get as many points as possible. Up next, we have Bomb Tag. This is a really fun game mode and we never know what to expect. Players are placed in an arena and one randomly selected player is given a bomb, and that player only has a couple of seconds to bump into another and give them the bomb. The more the bomb is passed around, the less time there is for it to explode. If a player has the bomb while their timer reaches 0, they explode. The last car standing wins. For those of you that might have already played the game, you probably remember
Player 1 has the ball, Player 2 has the ball, Player 1 has the ball, it's gonna blow!
Capture the Flag, only available for 2 and 4 player modes, mostly to keep teams balanced, is exactly what it sounds like. There are flags and 2 bases for each team. This also happens in the arena. The team to get the most flags back to their base before time runs out wins. The last mode is Destruction Race, which is available only for 2 players. My guess is that having more than 2 players would possibly hinder the performance of the game. You might be familiar to other multiplayer games where having more than 2 players slowed the game a lot. This was probably done to prevent that. This is what we get in the arcade single player mode, but with 2 players instead. The cars in this game are not branded ones and are mostly box shaped. There are some better looking ones, but it usually just comes down to their stats. Some vehicles have good speed and acceleration, but have poor offense and defense, while others have pretty much everything, but they need to be unlocked first. There is a selection of 24 cars in total. The 12 maps in the game are unique in their own way, varying from city to country, from summer to winter, from day to night. There are 8 racing tracks, and they are played in regular and mirror mode through the single player campaign. The tracks also include a couple of shortcuts, which is always a nice feature for racing games. The other 4 maps are the arena levels. They are similar in general, as they serve one purpose, destruction. But most of them have ramps that give more leverage to evade cars that are on the chase. Graphics-wise, for a game from 1999, the textures and models are good. There isn't much to look at other than getting to the next checkpoint. However, the scenery is still nice enough to be enjoyed briefly while driving. Every map has its own theme. The music of this game is hype and matches this type of game perfectly. It has some very techno sound to it, and it works very well with box-shaped cars racing around and crashing into each other. The commentator also does a good job at keeping the player informed on how many cars are left and what our rank is. Overall, this game is one of my favorites in its style, and I would recommend you guys to play it whenever you have a chance. If you have any questions or suggestions, just leave it down in the comment section below. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out some other videos that I have, and visit the links in the description if you want to support me or join our Discord. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.